Okay, so welcome everybody. Let's start laying down on our backs. We're gonna just sort of get our breathing going and get our core going and then take it from there. So finding just comfort on your back. And actually, let's have our knees bent and our feet on the floor. Good. So just hands on either side. So you've got your knees bent, feet on the floor. In terms of what's really supporting you, feeling that it's your kind of shoulder blade area and your pelvis that's taking most of your weight. There shouldn't be a lot of weight on your lower back. So closing your eyes if you like, maybe shaking out your shoulders a little bit, shaking out your head, looking side to side, just getting things kind of happy. And then starting to notice your breath, trying to feel it as it expands down and your lower belly expands on the inhale and then falls on the exhale. Maybe trying to exaggerate the feeling so that you're really almost pushing out your lower belly on the inhale, allowing your diaphragm to really get a ton of space to expand. And then letting everything fall away and relax on the exhale. So really bringing your brain to that lower belly, feeling it like balloon out on the inhale. So keeping this feeling of the lower belly expanding on the inhale. And now we're going to get more fiery on the exhale. So as you exhale, feel the abdominal muscles right under your ribs contract. So it's sort of bringing your ribs, having them feeling like they're kind of not causing your back to arch, feel like they're causing your ribs to kind of sink down towards your hip bone. So once you feel those sort of upper abdominal muscles engaging, feel from the very bottom of your body, your pelvic floor rising up, and then your deep down core right up the front, zipping up. So your inhale, letting everything expand. On the exhale, feel that very center line, just sort of zipping up and contracting. Feeling on the exhale that you're expelling all the air, then letting things relax on the inhale to really expand. And the spine isn't moving around, your pelvis isn't moving around. Good. So keeping this breathing pattern, hands on either side. And let's start getting our body moving. So on the exhale, bringing in one knee, feeling the core contracting. Inhale, putting that foot back down. So same knee coming in on the exhale. Really feel that it's the stomach muscles bringing the knee in. So noticing that your pelvis isn't tipping, it's not rocking back and forth. So let's see how it feels on the inhale to extend that leg without the pelvis moving around. And then exhale, drawing the knee in. Good, wonderful. Now switching legs, starting with the knee pulling in and then your foot just coming down onto the floor to start. So really on the exhale, feel the stomach muscles pulling in, but no rocking around of the pelvis. This is real mind over matter. So it's a simple movement, but if you can get a lot out of it, if you really put your brain into your core, feeling the pelvic floor rising up, feeling everything zipping up. Now lengthening out the leg on the inhale, exhale, knee. It's almost like the knee is pushing out the air as you come in. Good. Putting that foot back down, maybe bringing your heels a bit closer, hands alongside your hips. Let's do some bridges, stretching out hip flexors, slowly lowering down. So maybe on the inhale, if that feels natural, pressing up, engaging your glutes. Inhale, or no, exhale, really engage those stomach muscles as you slowly come down. So not flopping down. So the glutes get engaged on the way up, and it's like the front body's really engaged on the way down. Inhale up, exhale, contracting the core, slowly coming down. Good, wonderful. So that same feeling, just being on the floor again, feeling that your weight's on your hips and your upper back, not your lower back. Doing that breathing again. Really feeling the core engage. Good. And without your pelvis rocking around a lot or your lower back getting squished, lifting your feet off the floor with your knees bent, then your arms, give them a little bit of a shake, reaching up towards the ceiling if it feels okay. So holding here for a moment, really getting that feeling on the exhale of the contraction under the ribs, kind of like getting them to set. Good. Now we're going to do inhale, extending opposite arm to leg. Exhale, drawing everything in. Inhale, lengthen out. So our pelvis isn't rocking. Our hips and back aren't kind of moving around. Really focusing on that inhale and the exhale. And actually, same arm as leg can go down if you like. Breathing deep, really feeling that exhale, contracting your core muscles. Good, wonderful. Feet back on the floor. Let's do some more glute bridges, partly as a stretch, to stretch out the hip flexors and the quads, and then slowly contracting on the down, the core, exhaling to come down. So inhale, pressing your feet into the floor, glutes nice and strong. Then exhale, contracting your abdominal muscles, slowly lowering down. Good. So now getting that feeling in your core again. Hands alongside your hips, palms facing in. Nice big inhale. And as you exhale, contracting the stomach muscles to peel your shoulders and head up off the floor. Inhale, slowly lowering down. So the slower, the more controlled, the better. All about those sort of rectus abdominis muscles contracting as you come up. Good, wonderful. Coming on down, let's reach our arms overhead, letting your back arch and just letting everything stretch, maybe interlocking your fingers, reaching your palms overhead. Let's lengthen out our legs and just have kind of a break, doing a big full body stretch. So all those stomach muscles we're working, just letting them stretch on out. Taking a big inhale, and as you exhale, let's curl in our knees, maybe lifting your head towards your knees, pressing out the air. Good, wonderful. Feet back on the floor. So we're going to get that feeling in our core again, our weights on our hip and our upper back. And let's lift our feet up off the floor. And we're going to start doing kind of bicycle legs, but keeping that real engagement on the exhale. Going nice and slow. Good. Now, if you want to make it exciting, let's lift up our sort of curl up our upper body and then keeping it curled up. And really feel that core contracting. If you really want to get exciting, maybe start to kind of bicycle onto your side, not letting yourself fall over. Oh, this is hard. And then come back to center. And then bicycling the other way. My neck isn't loving it, so I'm going to put my head back down, but it works with your head back down on the floor. Good, but keeping the core nice and strong and not pressing your lower back into the floor. Good, wonderful. Letting your feet come back down. And let's just let our arms open up, do some windshield wipers. So just letting the outside of your legs get a bit of a stretch. Exhaling as you flop one way, inhaling through center, exhale, flopping the other way. Good, wonderful. Now let's engage our core, lifting our legs up towards the ceiling and just stretching out the back of your legs. So flexing and pointing your feet. So again, we're not squishing our lower back into the floor. We're just trying to lengthen out the backs of our legs. Let's do some ankle circles. Back around the other way. Good. So now with your feet turned out slightly, we're gonna wake up our inner thigh. So your feet and your hips are kind of open slightly, and we're gonna start kind of scissoring. But don't let your lower back scrush. So maybe your legs need to be a bit lower, but your inner thighs are squeezing your legs together. So inhale and then exhale to squeeze. And as you're squeezing your inner thighs, also feel your core squeezing. Again, no lower back smushed into the floor. This is plenty hard. Now let's get really crazy. So core engaged, not letting your pelvis flip. Start to lower your legs down as you're doing this, but don't let your pelvis move and start pressing your lower back into the floor. Good. And then bring your legs back up higher. Good, wonderful. I'm done. Let's hug in our knees, opening up, maybe coming into your version of happy baby, giving those inner thighs a nice little stretch. Good. Wonderful. Now hugging in your knees, and let's just roll from side to side for a moment or two, sort of massaging the back body. Good, wonderful. Now let's lengthen out, big full body stretch. Rotating your ankles, getting a big stretch through your whole body. And then let's roll onto our stomachs, please. Good, so just for a moment, let's get our breathing going again. So head on your hands with your elbows bent. And this time as you inhale, it's your lower back you feel expanding and sort of ballooning out. And even though you're on your stomach, on the exhale, still feel those core muscles contracting. So the ballooning's happening in the lower back and kind of the sides of the lower back. And then the contracting in the same part of the core, feeling the pelvic floor also pulling up. Good, so let's do some supermen / superwomen. Let's depending on what your shoulders want to do, your elbows can be bent at shoulder height or hands alongside your body. So as we inhale, pressing the tops of the feet into the floor and feeling all those muscles down either side of your spine contracting, shoulders going in their pockets to rise up, and then exhale, slowly lowering down and keeping that core engaged as you come on down. So it's like on the inhale, you feel your back body contracting. And then on the exhale, as you lower down, feeling your front body contracting. So really, to have your back body contracting on the inhale, it's almost like your breath has to come out the sides of your body. Now, if you want, if your lower back is just never ever giving you any trouble ever, maybe lifting your toes off the floor as you come up, but just don't make it like you're trying to turn your body into a V, because at the point of the V, things get sharp and we don't want that. So just seeing, maybe feel like your legs are lengthening out in a way as your toes lift up. So we just don't want it to be like a compression thing in your lower back. Those arms are reaching and helping get your shoulder blades down. Good, wonderful. Now let's make our way into a child's pose. Your choice what type. Just trying to lengthen out all those back muscles we were just using. So your choice, how you want to do your child's pose. Just find a way to lengthen out your back muscles. And let's get into that back expansion breathing again, where on the inhale you feel like it's like your lower back is expanding. And then just let things relax on the exhale. Good. So if you don't have an open leg at child's pose, get it more open, because we need to wake up our hips. So just making sure those hips are getting a chance to open up. Good. And then when you're ready, coming out of this, maybe if hands and knees are okay, we're gonna just do a moment of stretching your spine in whatever way you want. Maybe doing some circling, maybe some cow and cat, just exploring what it is that your body wants to do, and then do that. Sort of a side to side thing. And then your choice, giving your ankles a little bit of a circle. You can either make your way to standing and do some full body stretching once you get there, or if your shoulders feel like it, coming into downward dog for a moment or two, bicycling out your legs and just getting that long stretch. Good, wonderful. So now let's bringing our hands towards our feet towards our hands, whichever you like, and then slowly rolling up your spine, one vertebrae at a time, coming up to standing. Yay, good. So, right, hurrah. Let's start with some hip circles, please. Just loosening things up. And then back around the other way. Wonderful. Then hips side to side. Wonderful. Now getting into that strong core again as we shift our weight side to side, feeling that the lower ribs sort of clicking downwards, the core engaging. And then bringing your weight onto one foot just so you can warm up the hip on the other side. So it's like the knee is going in and then it's opening up. And it's kind of diving in. Good, and then trying to switch directions. So this will be a different feeling. Good, and this will be kind of hard. Let's just have our legs swing back and forth a bit. Staring at something to help keep your balance. Good, wonderful. Shaking everything out. And let's do that on the other side. So strong core, shifting your weight. And then let's have the knee diving in, then opening up. Maybe staring at something to keep your balance.
Oops.
And then switching directions. And I felt like big circles, now I feel like small circles. Just your body will really tell you what it wants to do or what it needs. Good, and then letting that leg sort of swing back and forth. Ooh. Good. Wonderful. So I think we're ready for the next one. So shaking out your ankles a little bit. And we're going to have our legs nice and open. Our toes and knees are pointing out to the side. We're going to do that one. Let's start with our hands on our hips where we're lowering down and then coming back up. So let's exhale, feeling the core really keeping our back upright. Inhale to come up, adding arms if you like. Exhale, squeezing in those elbows. Inhale, reaching up. So as you squeeze in those elbows, feel how it's helping to open up right through here. So the name of the game is a nice open chest and like squeezy in your upper back. Good. Now let's try and stay nice and low on this. And try then to tip. Inhale, reaching one arm, and then exhale and contracting your muscles over here to bring this arm back. So inhale, let's just do the same side. Exhale, contracting in here. Maybe you can leave the other arm down if you like. Inhale, exhale, contracting and the side. Good. Now let's switch arms. Inhale to stretch, exhale, contract to bring you back. And then keeping those legs active, of course. Good, wonderful. And then inhale, reaching everything up, grabbing your arms, and exhale, just stretching out, really pressing your feet into the ground to give you some, stability. And then stretching out and feel like how it's all the whole side of your body getting a big stretch. Good, inhale, coming up. Exhale, doing the other side. Good, wonderful. Inhale. Ooh. Letting the arms relax. Now let's make our way. We're going to shift and come into warrior two, if that feels okay for everything. Just going to look at time. Good. So we're just going to move with our breath. Inhale, coming in to our sun warrior. Exhale. Let's see how it feels to tip right over into our extension. Okay, so it's a big movement, strong core. Inhale to reach up, feet really pressing into the floor. Exhale, grabbing that back arm, reach overhead. So your core is really going the whole time. Your feet are equally pressing into the floor. Exhale, you feel the whole back body stretching out. Inhale, the front body stretching out. Nice long breath. Good. Now let's hold the inhale position for a moment or two. Maybe going deeper into your legs, maybe the back arm is sneaking around. Just see how big you can make this without pain. Good. Big inhale, then exhale. Let's tip forward. Maybe your elbows on your knee. Maybe you can reach down to the floor. Maybe you're just reaching downward. And then stretching out the whole back body. Good. Really pressing into that back foot. And then inhale, reaching back up. Let's bring our feet sort of more forward, bring them together. And I just feel like I need a bit of a break. So let's just get kind of a twisty feeling as we go side to side, doing whatever feels good. Shaking everything out. Let's just do a big inhale, reaching up, opening up the chest. Exhale, arms on either side, just floating down. Let's do that fast, actually. Inhale, reaching up, and just let your arms flop down on the exhale. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up, exhale, let them flop down. 1 more time. Good. So now the opposite feeling to that is that really engaged warrior two again on the other side, pressing your feet into the floor. Flipping your front palm, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, tipping forward, and then feeling your back body getting a big stretch. But the thing at the very center of this is that woken up core that's supporting you the whole time. Letting your breath be nice and long and as kind of relaxed as you can. And really trying to press both feet into the floor like you're trying to press the floor away. That'll just help you feel like a bridge. With your core is like the keystone in the center of the bridge arch. Good. Now let's hold the sun warrior. Maybe that back arm can sneak around. This one doesn't want to as much. And getting that big front body stretched out, maybe bending deeper into that front leg. Good. And on your next exhale, we're going to tip forward and really pressing into that back foot to get that big, big, big stretch up the back body. Great, good. Inhale, coming on up, bringing your feet or coming forward. Just gonna check the time. Oh my. Everybody, let's just shake it out. Maybe let our arms swing side to side. And we need to get back down onto the floor. So let's make our way onto our backs, please. And then start off with a really big full body stretch, lengthening everything out. And then on exhale, let things relax. Feel your shoulders and hips just melted into the floor. And then we're going to come into banana. And whichever side you feel like going to first, just think which side you want to go to first and go the opposite way. Okay, so this is the one where your hands and feet are kind of reaching one direction to get a big stretch up your side body.
Yeah, I think I'm not physical. Yeah, as far as the fact that I'm on vacation. Okay.
Good, bringing everything back through center. Maybe hugging in your knees to get your spine unbent. And then making your way in the other direction. Good, wonderful. Coming on back to center. Let's just warm up our core one more time. So our weight's just on our hips, bent knees. We're going to be pressing into our quads as our legs press back into our hands, shoulders relaxed. So feeling on the exhale, that contraction, but your lower back isn't getting squished. So ease off a bit on the inhale, just so your stomach can expand to take in air. But then on the exhale, really feel the contraction of your core and really press into your legs and your legs back into your hands.
Yeah.
Imagine on each exhale that you're kind of stoking a fire. You're breathing into the coals, and the coals are in your core, and they're glowing. They're getting hot. So feeling that heat building in your core, spreading through your whole body. This is our second last hurrah, our penultimate hurrah. Good, then putting your feet down and let's come into a bridge, stretching out those quads. So pressing your feet into the floor. So stretching the quads, engaging the glutes. Try and also feel your whole front body, all those stomach muscles getting a bit of a stretch. Big inhale, and then we're gonna slowly lower down, hugging in your knees. And then opening up into your resting pose, just letting everything flop open. Maybe shaking out the shoulders or moving the neck around if you need. And just melt into it, closing your eyes. If you have the time in your day, just stay here. Keep bringing your attention to your breath. If you've got other things coming up soon, then starting to bring movement back into your body, maybe shifting around, maybe stretching out, whatever feels good. Whenever you're ready, rolling onto your side and coming up. So let's bring our hands to heart center. Get into that breathing again. So on the inhale, feel your lower belly ballooning out. And then on the exhale, feel your pelvic floor rising up and your just abdominal muscles just below your ribs contracting downward. So inhale to expand your core, exhale to feel everything kind of zipping up the middle. And at the same time on the exhale, let's press our hands together. So you're feeling the chest, everything becoming alive. Feeling expansive in the inhale and powerful on the exhale. Namaste. I'm going to stop the recording.